Hello there, this is Galaxy Television News, our top stories. Serap urges Buhari to cut 26 billion naira budget for State House Medical Center, local and foreign travels, meals and refreshment, seeking allowances and welfare package. Gunmen attack police station in Yola South local government area of Adamawa State, abducting a woman and her daughter in early hours of Sunday. Outside Nigeria, Taiwan will not bow to pressure from China and will defend its democratic way of life, President Xi Jinping says in a defiant speech amid heightened tensions over the island. Those are our top stories. The details will come your way in just a moment. Thanks for joining us. This is Galaxy Television News. I'm Solomon Offem. Socioeconomic Rights and Accountability Project has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to cut the 26 billion naira presidency budget for the construction of the presidential wing at the State House Medical Center, local and foreign travels, meals and refreshment, sitting allowance, and welfare package, and to use some of the savings to address the growing level of the deficit as well as improve public health care facilities across the country. Serap also urged him to send to the National Assembly a fresh supplementary appropriation bill which reflects the reduced proposed spending on the construction of the State House Medical Center, local and foreign travels, meals and refreshment, and welfare package for its approval. In a letter signed by Serap, Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization said, quote, "Many Nigerians will find it quite odd, unfair and unjust that the government is spending so much money on many of these items in the middle of a public borrowing crisis. The proposed spending could be better allocated to improve access of Nigerians to basic public goods and services." Gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have attacked Nguroro community police station in Yola South local government area of Adamawa, police authorities say. They also attacked a house in the area, abducting a woman identified as Hawa Umaru and her daughter in the early hours of Sunday. Police public relations officer in the state, Suleiman Ngururi, confirmed the attack to the newsman. He said gunmen stormed the station at about 2 a.m. on Sunday, but no casualty was recorded. He said the Commissioner of Police in the state, Muhammad Barade, has ordered the deployment of the operational assets, including Police Mobile Force, PMF, Counter-Terrorism Unit, CTU, Crack Squad, and Anti-Kidnapping Unit to Ngurure. Coordinators of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, in Odogbolu local government area of Ogun State, Olamilekan Okunuga, had been kidnapped. Okunuga was reportedly kidnapped on his way from Ibadan along Ogere axis on Thursday. The state chairman of the NYCN, Abdul Jabbar Ayelagbe, confirmed the incidents to Galaxy TV News on Sunday. According to him, the kidnappers were currently demanding a ransom of 30 million naira before Okunuga could be released. Ayelagbe told our correspondent that the victim's car was later recovered from an unknown person who was said to be driving it along Ogijo. The NYCN chairman appealed to the police and other security agencies in the state to rescue the abductee unhurt. The Ogun Police Public Relations Officer Abimbola Oyeyemi is yet to confirm this news as at the time of filing this report. Former Vice-Chancellor of the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Professor Daniel Saror, has described Nigeria's current insecurity challenge as a well-coordinated agenda to spread the caliphate throughout the country. Professor Saror disclosed this Sunday at a Thanksgiving service in Makurdi to mark his 80th birthday anniversary celebration. The professor of veterinary pathology explained that the insecurity in Benue and other parts of the country is not an accident but deliberate, stressing that the security in Nigeria today is the planned work of Boko Haram and bandits. He says they are intelligent people, they are highly connected in Nigeria and abroad with lots of funding. Saror, who was elected twice as senator to represent Benue Northeast Senatorial District, pointed out that the idea of grazing reserves as being advocated by herdsmen is meant to grab land to enable the herders live on in perpetuity with a view to enforcing their way of life on surrounding communities. And now no fewer than 110 drug dealers were arrested in 9 states across the country when their hideouts were raided, dismantled, and assorted illicit substances seized by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and DLEA in the past week. In Lagos, notorious drug joints in Mazamaza, Alakija, Festac Town, Amuodofin, Oluti, Isheri Roundabout and Igondo were raided on Thursday, 7th October 2021, when at least 16 suspects were arrested. No fewer than 17 suspects arrested by men of the 149 Battalion, Rare, Nigerian Army Cantonment, Ojo, were also transferred to the agency for further investigation. Seized from the suspects are different quantities of cocaine, heroin, tramadol, methamphetamine, diazepam, cannabis, and other psychoactive substances. In a related development, more than 5 kilograms of methamphetamine and cannabis concealed in soles of ladies' shoes, body cream, and auto spare parts heading to Australia, Pakistan, South Korea, and Hong Kong have been intercepted in 4 couriers firms in Lagos by narcotic officers in the Directorate of Operation and General Investigations, DOGI, of the agency. In his reaction, the chairman and chief executive of NDLEA, Mohammed Bubamara, commended the officers and men of the 9 state commands for taking the battle to the doorsteps of the drug cartels. You're still on to Galaxy Television News. Time for us to go for a break. When we come back, operatives of the Federal Rail Safety Corps Imo State Sector Command launches her safety campaign for Ember Month. We'll bring you details of that and more when we come back. Stay tuned. Thanks for staying tuned. This is Galaxy Television News. For more updates and latest news, visit our website, galaxytvonline.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV Nigeria. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818-6666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. Moving on, the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly highlighted climate change as a cause for concern for countries all over the world. Since the advent of the Industrial Revolution, the Earth has warmed about 1 degree Celsius, and the whole world is bearing the brunt of the effect. Galaxy's Irebami Salako takes a look at the consequences of climate change in Nigeria in this report.
Climate change has become a pain in the neck of all countries in the world that cannot be ignored anymore. This literal wildfire in the forest is gripping a lot of countries by the throat and calls for urgent remedy. Many countries have been experiencing wildfire, flash floods, torrential rainfall, unexpected volcanic eruption that has claimed many lives and displaced thousands of people.
The main causes of climate change is human influence in the way we exploit the environment. We are exploiting the environment in an excessive manner, and we're also using products, or we're producing products that are not environmentally friendly.
Humanity stands at the brink of extinction if it does not preserve planet Earth, and there's no planet B anywhere. That's just the truth. So we need to, in Nigeria, we need to confront our own domestic situation. Now everybody knows that Nigeria is a oil-producing country. The kind of extraction that is being done is so primitive, without any apologies to the multinational oil and gas companies. It's so primitive to the extent that they just flare the gas up. Now, these cubic feet of gases can be channeled to domestic use. It can be channeled to our homes, but they don't do that.
You fell a tree, you are not planting back, the population keep increasing, you don't have vegetations to take care of your carbon dioxide, then it goes to the atmosphere.
According to World Health Organization, climate change causes over 150,000 deaths annually due to extreme weather conditions, water-related diseases including malaria caused by flooding, changes in pattern of food production which results in malnutrition and other diseases. In an economically and medically challenged country like Nigeria, experts say climate change would really eat hard on the country. Irregular rainfall would lead to low food production, flooding washing away nutrients from the soil, which would affect farmers through food crops destruction and farm animals washed away or drowning by flood. Irregular rainfall also destroy valuable properties and poor health due to diseases that comes with flooding and depletion of ozone layers.
Instead of recycling, we continue to consume products from the environment, and this leads to problems like deforestation because we keep harvesting what we have all of the time. We don't control our use of energy.
First of all, we are seeing flash flooding in most parts of Nigeria, and then the absence of critical infrastructure like roads, culverts, bridges, and other things. We have seen gully erosions in the southeast. We have seen all the wasteland that Niger Delta has been made to be. The flora and fauna in Niger Delta has been destroyed. And then we also see what we call the eradication of wildlife species.
We have close to 1.8 million Lagosians that we assessed to have been affected, especially the farmers.
What could be done to keep at bay the negative consequences of climate change?
We have to watch the way we consume the global resources. Okay, and secondly, we have to avoid the use of greenhouse gas emitting products, particularly fossil fuel. Another thing we need to do, of course, is to use more friendly source of energy. So use solar, use tidal wave, use hydro sources, and as much as possible, just avoid the use of burning of fossil fuel.
The damages on the heart caused by careless human activities have gone very deep. What could the government do to cushion the blows of human negligence?
We have the Federal Ministry of Environment that has a department on climate change. And that department also domesticates the UNFCCC desk in Nigeria. That is, they are the ones reporting to the United Nations framework on climate change. Now, there has been a bill to the effect that there should be a climate change commission. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that bill is at an advanced stage. If we can have a climate change commission in place, it will go a long way to put more effort in that place.
The NEMA, LASEMA, fire service, both federal and state, all of them have been mobilized for immediate intervention.
The Earth is our holy home on the solar system. It is our responsibilities to take care of it in whatever little way we could, like planting of trees to help with the production of oxygen and act as windbreakers, avoiding pollution, and investing in environmental friendly technologies. Your actions might be killing Mother Earth rapidly. Heed the warnings. Iribami Salako, Galaxy TV News, Lagos.
Operatives of the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo State Sector Command have launched a safety campaign for Ember month. The exercise, which is to reduce road crashes during Yuletide, is an annual event for all state sector command and units of the Corps across the Federation. Flagging off the exercise organized by officers and men of RS 9.4 Unit Command at the airport junction along Aba Road in Ngwokwala local government area of the state, the unit commander, Mrs. Angela Fagbemide, represented by Commander Abdurrahim, conveyed messages of safety to all participants. The paramount ruler of one of the largest autonomous communities in Ngwokwala local government area of the state, His Royal Highness Eze Augustine Ekechi, and some other key participants at the exercise appreciated the FRSC personnel.
The theme for this year's campaign is maintain safety, avoid night travel, and enjoy quality road experience. This is well structured and intended to buttress the focus of the Corps during this period. It is no gainsaying the fact that overspeed and night travel increases the likelihood of road traffic crashes in addition to the severity of injuries to fatalities.
1. Overloading violation. Social distancing in vehicles. 2. Speed limiting violation. 3. Use of phone while driving. 4. Seatbelt use violation and measures undertaken to ensure safe driving for Imo Light through the Yuletide session.
The police. People say police are bad, It's only that a few of them, or a few of the attitudes that they meet the people on the road or in areas where they operate, make people get afraid of them.
We, the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Ngwokwala branch, when you call upon us, we will answer you. I appreciate your endeavor. Thank you very much.
So I want to appeal to us to extend the message that road safety are not harmful. They are doing exactly what they're supposed to do.
Revelations coming from the Saturday's ghastly accident at the Ishain end of the Moniya Ishain Road has shown that 9 members of Baptist Church in Ibadan were among the 18 passengers that died in the crash. It was gathered that a Reverend Father and 8 of the church members were in the bus that was coming from Saki, which collided with the one coming from Ibadan. Sources close to one of the victims revealed that the 9 church members went to Saki for a ceremony and were on their way back when the incident occurred. The dead bodies were deposited at Our Lady Hospital and Fadok Hospital in Ishayi. The wife of the Reverend Father of the yet-to-be-identified church, who was still in coma as at the time of this report, is yet to know the status of her husband and other members involved in the accident. Former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Tahiru Jega, on Saturday criticized the National Assembly for downplaying the importance of electronic transmission of results in general elections, saying that federal lawmakers were ignoring the innovation for self-interest. Professor Jega said the constitutional provision that prohibits the use of technology is a hindrance to electronic voting in the country, which he said was cost-effective and easy to deploy. He urged the National Assembly to remove the legal encumbrance for electronic voting to be possible in the 2023 elections. Jega said the National Assembly, after 2019 elections, promised to review the electoral legal framework, which will upscale the integrity of the Electoral Commission. Geographical and ethnicity zoning of political positions by political parties have not taken Nigeria and Nigerians out of all the negative challenges faced on a daily basis. This was the submission of the former PDP National Vice Chairman, Southwest, Eddie Olafeso, while speaking with journalists in Akure, the Ondo State capital. Olafeso stressed that integrity, background, capacity, and accomplishment must be major criteria in choosing leaders, no matter the ethnic and religious background. The former Commissioner for Information further said zoning has failed, while our best hands are sitting on the bench watching. He, however, charged political parties to always look for competence ahead of zoning.
And for us in PDP, we're very pragmatic. We know who has the capacity to rule, to rule Nigeria amongst us. And we will continue as much as possible to look for that kind of person who fits in. I think zoning failed Nigeria by virtue of the fact we've been zoning, and our problem remains solid with us. We have not solved any population growth, poverty, extreme, terror.
Every year, the World Health Organization marks October 10 as World Mental Health Day, with the overall objective to raise awareness about mental health issues around the world and to mobilize effort in support of mental health. Valerie Chioma tells us more in this report.
In recent years, there has been increasing acknowledgement of the important role mental health plays in achieving global development goals. Despite progress in some countries, people with mental health conditions often experience severe human rights violations, discrimination, and stigma. Mental health conditions can have a substantial effect on all areas of life, such as school or work performance, relationships with family and friends, and the ability to participate in the community. Dr. Yetunde Fashaki, a consultant psychiatrist and psychologist Uchechi Chukuma, underlines some of the causes of mental health issues as well as factors that can improve one's mental health.
For the past few years, the whole world has been going through a lot of stressors, and these are some of the background issues that can lead to mental health. Just coming out from the pandemic, we are hearing about war, insurgents, people are losing their jobs, people are losing their loved ones to the crisis that is going on all around the world. These are things that, when people don't have a good background mentally, it can put them off.
It was said that 3 in every 10 Nigerians have mental, or 1 in 4 have mental. And this is also globally. Loss of job, that one is on the increase. Maybe somebody dying, a loved one, divorce, marriage, separation, somebody very ill and all those things. When you know you cannot cope, seek help. If you are not sleeping regularly, maybe you don't sleep for a week and so on, you start misbehaving, you start having some symptoms.
World Health Organization states globally around 280 million people will suffer from depression, whereas around 1 in 5 of the world's children and adolescents have a mental disorder. Mental health conditions are increasing worldwide, with suicide the second leading cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds. Dr. Fashakin talks about the stigma associated with mental illness, while Uchechi Chukuma has a word for those contemplating suicide.
We notice that suicide is on the increase. A lot of our young ones, the teenagers, our young adults, are feeling that the solution to their problem is taking their life. Talking to someone will go a long way. And that is why we have professionals. I'm sure that is why you have your family members that you can talk to. Some of these things that are clouding our head, our feelings and our emotions, that we think that the best way to end it is to take our life. That is not the solution. The solution is that we can talk about it and you still take a grip of your life and still live a fulfilled life as an individual.
We need to stigmatize, because mental ill health is no respecter of anybody. Age, sex, ethnicity, name it. Anybody can break down at any time. In as much as you overstretch your elastic limit, then you don't know when to say no or when not to do certain things, you can break down.
Millions of people live with mental health issues and struggle daily with it. Opening up to a trusted friend, family, or a trained professional is the key to breaking the silence for those living with mental health issues. Valerie Chioma, Galaxy TV News, Lagos.
Residents of Deko community in Warri South local government area of Delta State have called on the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BDEC, which is the power distribution company in the state, to help restore their faulty transformer, as they have been paying for darkness. This is coming as a result of the residents accusing the power distribution company for allegedly collecting money from them to buy an electricity transformer, which has since gone bad. The resident, who said they have been in darkness for over 2 months, accused the BEDC for alleged sharp practices. The resident learned that despite the bad transformer, they have been receiving bills without having electricity.
We've been having this light issue for a very long time. Even the time that before the light finally went out totally, the light has not been coming in as it should be. We pay more bills than the light we receive, and now the light has gone totally off.
You go NEPA will talk say, make una no worry, that one go come. Say it dey for Benin. We dey wait for Nana, we not see am. Our transformer don spend, and they say we dey hold 40 million. We don't know what they call that 40 million. Whether since where that transformer dey there, so whether we not they pay, I don't know.
They affect me from many places, because no magic not they call again. We not able to see light. Fans have not they blow us 2 months. In fact, small time they breathe big come, make we pay for inside darkness.
You're still on to Galaxy Television News. It's now time for us to do a reminder of stories that made headlines last week. It is Tracking the Week.
Welcome to Tracking the Week. National Association of Resident Doctors suspended its nationwide strike, which has left many patients helpless in government-owned hospitals in the last 2 months. Members of the association voted in favor of suspending the industrial action during a meeting held last Sunday. A member of the association confirmed the development to newsmen on Monday. He said that 56 officials voted for the suspension of the industrial action against 28 who wanted the strike to continue. the resident doctors embarked on a nationwide strike on August 2 to protest several issues that affect them. These include the non-payment of death benefits to families of members who died while treating COVID-19 patients, as well as non-payment of hazard allowance and arrears of salaries of members in various states. In a bid to get the doctors back to work, the federal government had convened several meetings with the association, but the talks failed to resolve the impasse, with both parties trading accusations in the media. The government also sued the association at the National Industrial Court in Abuja, and Justice Bashar Alkali, who presided over the matter, ordered the resident doctors to suspend their strike and return to work immediately, pending the determination of the substantive suit. Also on Monday, the Supreme Court reserved judgment in a suit instituted by the Attorney General of Abia State and the Attorney Generals of the 35 states of the Federation, seeking an order setting aside Executive Order 10, which borders on granting financial autonomy to state judiciaries and legislatures. The 36 plaintiffs are seeking an order of the Apex Court setting aside the Executive Order 10 for being unconstitutional. On 22nd May 2020, President Muhammadu Buhari signed the implementation of financial autonomy to the state legislature and state judiciaries, known as the Presidential Executive Order No. 10, to strengthen legislative and judicial institutions at the state level and make them more independent. Alege said the defendant had since 5th May 1999 been paying only the salaries of the judicial officers of the said courts in the state, but excluding capital expenditure, and he is praying for an order of the Apex Court compelling the federal government to refund to the plaintiff states fund amounting to 66 billion expended on capital. On Tuesday, President Muhammadu Buhari said Nigeria is ready to extend a helping hand to South Sudan towards political and economic stability. In a bilateral meeting with President Salva Kiir of South Sudan in Addis Ababa, the president assured the full support of Nigeria to all efforts to bring long-term stability and prosperity to the continent, stressing the need for cooperation among developing countries. The Nigerian leaders said with investment in education, improved economy and healthcare, things will surely improve. On the situation in Guinea and Mali, President Buhari reiterated that African leaders must support efforts geared towards the return of democracy in the countries. The president expressed concern that as long as Libya remained unstable, the proliferation of arms and the problem in the Sahel would continue. In his remarks, President Kiir, who acknowledged Nigeria's leadership role in Africa, appreciated the country's efforts in the liberation struggle of South Sudan. He also commended the First Lady of Nigeria for assisting in the education of many South Sudanese girls in the country. Also on Tuesday, President Muhammadu Buhari was planning to present the 2022 appropriation bill before a joint session of the National Assembly. Deputy Senate President Ovi Omagege, who presided over Tuesday's plenary, disclosed this during the legislative session. Ahead of the budget presentation, the president is seeking more amendments in the 2022-2024 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. The changes, according to President Buhari, are in line with the newly enacted Petroleum Industry Act and the current economic realities. After reading Buhari's letter, the senator mandated the Senate Joint Committee on Finance and National Planning to effect the changes and submit the report during Wednesday's plenary. Moving to Wednesday, President Muhammadu Buhari urged operators in the petroleum industry to take advantage of the new Petroleum Industry Act to promote their investments in the oil and gas sector. Speaking with an audience, a team from ExxonMobil Corporation, led by Liam Malan, its president on upstream oil and gas at State House Abuja, the president said they expect the ExxonMobil companies in Nigeria to avail themselves of the opportunities created created by the Petroleum Industry Act and invest in further development of the Nigerian asset in line with his national interest. President Buhari also enjoined the ExxonMobil chief to collaborate on a bigger scale with the NNPC to realize the full potentials of the abundant gas resources in Nigeria. Mr. Malone had told the president that ExxonMobil, which had done business in Nigeria for over 60 years, remained as committed and strong as ever, though it was divesting from the joint venture with NNPC, assuring that whoever emerges buyer must be a capable operator. He said his company will not compromise on that. Still on Wednesday, members of the National Association of Resident Doctors in Nigeria resumed at their respective duty posts nationwide following the suspension of their 2-month strike. The leadership of the association at the end of a meeting had directed members to resume on Wednesday. At the University College Hospital, Ibadan, members of the association complied with the directive as they reported at their various duty posts. Speaking with Galaxy News on the development, the president of the association at the hospital, Dr. Zakaria Hussein, confirmed that his members resumed as directed, despite the fact that they are not happy with the position of the government on their demands. He appealed to well-meaning Nigerians to prevail on the government at the center to fulfill its promises, adding that most of the demand put forward by the association are yet to be met. On Thursday, President Muhammadu Buhari presented the 2022 budget proposal of the 9 trillion naira to a joint session of the National Assembly. The 2022 appropriation bill is tagged Budget of Economic Growth and Sustainability. That was Buhari's third budget presentation before a joint session of the National Assembly, and the 2022 budget is the last one to be fully implemented by this administrative before it draws to a close. President Buhari says the country is up to date in aspect of debt servicing. He stressed the borrowing remains a huge necessity to keep the country functioning. Earlier, the Senate President prioritized the completion of ongoing projects. Still on Thursday, Justice Okon Abang of the Federal High Court in Abuja convicted and sentenced the son of former chairman of the Pension Reform Task Force team, Faisal Maina, to 14 years imprisonment. Faisal, son of Abdurrashid Maina, was found guilty of 3 counts of money laundering filed against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. According to the court, the money which was deposited into the account that was operated in the name of Alhaji Faisal Fantu was sequentially withdrawn by the defendant and his father between October 2013 and June 2019. Justice Abang said he was satisfied that proved all the essential ingredients of the charge, stressing that Faisal reasonably ought to have known that inflows into the bank account formed proceeds of an unlawful act of corruption by his father. While the court sentenced the defendant to 5 years in counts 1 and 3 of the charge, he was sentenced to 14 years on count 2 of the charge. The court held that the charge would run concurrently starting from Thursday. On Friday, President Muhammadu Buhari received the certificate of incorporation of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, saying the country expects nothing less from the Board of Directors, the Chief Executive Officer and the Chief Finance Officer than the realization of the global national oil company, the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), was expected to transform to a limited liability company, a fact that has now been accomplished. The president described the incorporation as a significant milestone in the quest to create an enduring national energy company that can compete with its global peers and deliver value to its shareholder, the Nigerian people. He said his expectation was for a speedy transition through taking all steps required to transfer assets, human and material, and without wasting time to capitalize the company as required by the Petroleum Industry Act. In his remarks, Group Managing Director of NNPC, Mele Kolu Kiari, said the incorporation was history-made again, a massive transformation from what they know to where they are going, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari. Lastly, on Friday, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, gave breakdown of the 2022 Appropriation Bill, which was presented before a joint session of the National Assembly on Thursday. President Muhammadu Buhari, who made presentation, proposed a total of 16.39 trillion naira as estimated spending for the 2022 fiscal. Given the breakdown in Abuja, the minister said the pervasive security challenges across Nigeria necessitated massive expenditures on security equipment and operations in the budget, tagged Budget of Economic Growth and Sustainability. The minister stated that Nigeria's debt level is low and sustainable compared to other neighboring countries, adding that the problem Nigeria has is revenue challenges. She said government aims at optimizing the operation efficiency and revenue generation system to improve the dwindling revenue of the country. And that's it on Tracking the Week.
It is now time for us to join our international desk for more news.
This is news from the international scene. Taiwan will not bow to pressure from China and will defend its democratic way of life, President Tsai Ing-wen has said in a defiant speech amid heightened tensions over the island. Her remarks on Taiwan's National Day came after China's President Xi Jinping vowed to fulfill reunification. China denounced Ms. Tsai's speech, saying it incited confrontation. Taiwan considers itself a sovereign state, while China views it as a breakaway province. Beijing has not ruled out the possible use of force to achieve unification. China has sent a record number of military jets into Taiwan's air defense zone in recent days. 3 Chinese planes, including 2 fighter jets, crossed into the zone on Sunday. Taiwan's defense ministry said Ms. Tsai was re-elected by a landslide last year on a promise to stand up to Beijing. In a speech on Sunday, she said Taiwan was standing on democracy's first line of defense. She said the island would not act rashly, but would bolster its defenses to ensure that nobody can force Taiwan to take the path China has laid out for them. That path, she said, offered neither a free nor democratic way of life for Taiwan nor sovereignty for its 23 million people. She added that China's military flights into Taiwan's air defense zone had seriously affected national security and aviation safety, and described the situation as being more complex and fluid than any other point in the past 72 years. Czech President Milo Zeman have been taken to a hospital amid political upheaval after a surprise opposition win in parliamentary elections. The 77-year-old is a heavy smoker and former avid drinker who uses a wheelchair and suffers from diabetes. He was due to lead talks on forming a new government after Saturday's vote. Prague's Central Military Hospital director said Mr. Zeman was in intensive care for complications from a known diagnosis. The hospital said it would not give any further details per the president's request. Its office had previously said Mr. Zeman is suffering from exhaustion and dehydration after spending 8 days in hospital last month. But according to journalists, officials have not commented on claims by numerous sources that he is suffering from ascites, a buildup of fluid in his abdomen most commonly associated with cirrhosis of the liver. Mr. Zeman was taken to hospital from the presidential chateau outside the capital Prague on Sunday morning, shortly after a meeting with Prime Minister Andrej Babis. Czech media reports that staff held up his head as he entered the hospital. Prime Minister Babis and his populist ANO party had sought re-election on Saturday after 4 years in power, but they were beaten in the poll by the center-right coalition Spolu, which took 27.8% of the vote, compared to ANO's 27.1%. Still on the international scene, moving on to Lebanon, power has been restored in the country, officials say, after a 24-hour shutdown of the country's energy supply. The Energy Ministry says the central bank has granted it $100 million of credit to buy fuel and keep its power stations operating. The power grid shut down Saturday, and officials said it was unlikely to restart for several days. For the past 18 months, Lebanon has endured an economic crisis and extreme fuel shortages. That crisis has left half its population in poverty, crippled its currency, and sparked major demonstrations against politicians. A lack of foreign currency has made it hard to pay overseas energy suppliers. The total outage began at midday on Saturday when Lebanon's two biggest power stations shut down because of fuel shortages. But in a statement on Sunday, the state electricity provider said it is now delivering the same level of power as it was before the outage. But even before the latest shutdown, people were often receiving just 2 hours of electricity a day. Saturday's blackout meant the whole of Lebanon was depending on private diesel power generators for power. These, however, have become increasingly expensive to run amid the lack of fuel and cannot cover the lack of a nationwide power grid. The army has agreed to hand over some of its fuel to get the power stations working again until more can be imported. Lastly, on the international scene, dozens of Afghan girls with promising football careers who fled the Taliban have been told they can come to the UK to be resettled along with their families. The 35-member squad, aged 13 to 19, fled Kabul last month and have been staying for the past few weeks in a hotel in Pakistan, where their temporary visas were due to expire on Monday. We are working to finalize visas to the Afghan Women's Development Team and look forward to welcoming them to the UK shortly, a UK government spokesman said. The girls faced having to return to Afghanistan if another country had not accepted them. This is fantastic news, and we are most grateful to Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Home Secretary Priti Patel for this life-saving decision, said Sue Anne-Marie Gill, CEO of Rocket Foundation, which supported their escape from Afghanistan. Like football, it has been a team effort where every player has had a vital role, she said. These young sportswomen and their families are so thrilled to have been given a second chance in life here in the home of football. The next step is to settle them into their new home. We will do all we can to support them in this process and the communities that welcome them. Leeds United and Chelsea are among a number of British football clubs who have promised to support them in the United Kingdom. Ms. Gill told newsmen the girls have become extremely nervous about what would happen to them, but are now hugely relieved. She said they would come to the UK in 2 or 3 weeks. And that's it from the international scene.
We'll go for a commercial break now, after which we will launch our entertainment news.
Dear mothers, the source of our happiness is our babies. So what's the source of happiness for our babies? I want to consult our pedagogue.
For babies' happiness, it is important to choose a dry diaper, because with a dry diaper, babies do not have rash and are comfortable.
Dryness is very important. So let's make our test. Nigeria's #1 choice of mothers, Molfix Air Dry, has the dryness all the mothers dream of, because it's ultra absorbent and ultra breathable, so it stays dry and does not leak. Our babies do not have rash. So we're starting the happiness movement with Molfix. Come on, mothers, try Molfix and join our happiness movement.
Let's go to have a back. Up next is entertainment news.
Nigerian rapper Judah Bagger, popularly known as M.I. Abaga, has clocked 40. Meanwhile, the Big Brother Naija Shine Your Eyes Season 6 edition winners emerged. Hazel Onyenye Onu, also known as White Money, beats the last 3 contestants Liquorose, Bere, and Cross to win the grand prize of 90 million naira. Also, update on Big Brother Naija Maria, a video which captured moment Maria apologized to Angel's father at the finale of the Big Brother Naija reality show has been shared online. Meanwhile, OAP Matilda Duncan has been diagnosed with peritonitis. Popular Nigerian comedian Ayo Makon has decided to roll back the years of his struggles to the years of abundance and triumph.
Nigerian R&B legend Banky W has revealed that he has finished recording his forthcoming album, The Bank Statement. Nigerian singer Brymo has called out music icon Tubaba on Twitter, stating that he falsely accused him of having an affair with his wife Annie Idibia, and the words were never taken back still. Popular Dick's Jerky, Florence Otedola, popularly known as DJ Cuppy, is officially a full-time student at the University of Oxford, England. Popular gospel singer Sinach was given worthy recognition in the US. The Waymaker Crooner was bestowed with a certificate of recognition by the US Congress after recently held concerts in Texas. Mark Zuckerberg lost more than $6 billion of his personal wealth after the 6-hour outrage experienced on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram yesterday, October 4.
Former Big Brother Naija housemate Tega Dominic has deactivated her Instagram account. The reality TV star deactivated her account hours after she had complained about persistent online bullying. Meanwhile, update is businessman and popular Instagram celebrity Ismaila Mustafa, popularly known as Montfort, said he will be taking a break from social media to enable him take better care of his health. Talking about affairs, Nollywood actress Moyo Lawal has denied the rumors that she's having an affair with a rich politician from the northern part of the country. Update on Big Brother Naija White Money and Queen is that the Big Brother Naija show latest winner Hazel Ono, popularly known as White Money, has cleared all doubt of the possibility of a romantic relationship with ex-housemate Queen. Rema has received golden certification for his hit release Do Maybe. The Marvin record and Jones & Ward Superstar received the certification in France. Veteran Nigerian movie star Joke Silva has taken to social media to praise her daughter-in-law Blessing Douglas. The popular actress, who was obviously proud of the great fit, posted photos of Blessing in a graduation regalia as she celebrated with friends and family. Big Brother Naija ex-housemate Queen made it almost to the final day of the show, and a number of people now believe that she undersold herself in the house. Nigerian music icon Two-Face Idibia, popularly known as Dubaba, has threatened to file a defamation suit against Brymo over his recent tweet. Popular Nollywood actor Ebun Oloyede, popularly known as Olaiya Igwe, is one of to be grateful to God for his life after his near-death experience battling kidney stone. Big Brother Naija Season 6 winner White Money has finally opened up about why he made the kitchen a sanctuary in the Shine Your Eye house.
The screen diva, whose sense of style has earned her a place in the Nigerian fashion scene, did not disappoint her fans and followers as she first released gorgeous photos to celebrate her birthday. Nigerian music star Tiwa Savage has revealed that she's being blackmailed with a sex tape. According to her, she got to find out about the blackmail after her road manager sent her the tape while she was leaving a studio station in her car. Veteran Nollywood actor Chinwe Taluago has denounced the claim that he was campaigning for the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. The veteran actor was seen speaking for the first time since his arrest. BB Naija star Sadi has lost his mother, Felicia Oluwanike Ate, to the cold hands of death. The wedding anniversary of the founder of Mount Zion Ministries, Evangelist Mike and Gloria Bamiloye, clocked 30.
And that's the news. For more updates and latest news, visit our website, galaxytvonline.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. Follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page @GalaxyTV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818-6666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your life updates and comments. Thanks for watching Galaxy Television News. I'm Solomon Ofem. Bye-bye.